Hello and welcome to the Deal Room. I'm Karina Robertson. The TSX finished in the green, up just over 49 points thanks to strength in the battery metals sector. Barrick Gold finishing as the front runner with a spike of 4.6%. Copper and gold prices also rose, leading to a sector-wide gain of 2.44%. The Canadian dollar traded at $77.77 US, up 0.44%. The energy sector added 1.2%. WTI traded 1.89% higher, while the Brent contract gained 2.52%. Some of the companies announcing capital raises are Skylight Health, Solstice Gold, and Silver Elephant Mining. Joining us is Louis-Pierre Gignac, CEO of GMIN. Mining Ventures is a mineral exploration company engaged in the acquisition, exploration, and development of precious metal projects. They just closed the first tranche of a private placement financing for $98.5 million. This is part of their $481 million raise for their project in Brazil. Louis-Pierre joins me and we talk about key investors, project timelines, and he starts by sharing the details on their construction phase.
So this is the Tocantinzinho project in Brazil that we bought essentially a year ago from Eldorado. So this will be the construction phase of the project to build all the infrastructure and processing facility to put the mine into production. So once in production, this will be a mine that will produce on average about 175,000 ounces a year. So a quite significant gold mine in Brazil. We see it ranking as essentially close to being the third largest gold mine in Brazil once in production.
And what else can you tell us about your flagship Tocantinzinho project?
So this is essentially our main project. We do have a land package with the acquisition of Tocantinzinho that's quite large, 996 square kilometers of exploration properties in Brazil. So we will be doing, exploration on this land package, which we expect will deliver additional resources to us over time. So this is our main asset, and for us, this is a platform for growth. So we will be looking at additional acquisition opportunities in the future.
And can you elaborate on what your future acquisitions might be?
Obviously, we never try to disclose what we're interested in buying, but I would say definitely we're looking at additional gold assets in South America. Generally, assets that have a resource on them that are somewhat advanced, but in the context of us building Tocantinzinho over the next 2 years. We are interested in projects that do require some drilling and permitting and studies, so that once we're up in commercial production, we can look to develop a second asset at that point.
And what else can you tell us about your key investors in this project? La Mancha, Franco-Nevada, and Eldorado Gold.
As part of the financing package of $481 million that we did, there's $116 million that is an equity private placement that we did. So the biggest investor in the private placement is La Mancha, coming in with 25% equity interest in the company pro forma. So for them, really, this was their first investment into the company, wanting to take a large position, which is typically what they do in most of the companies they invest in. So they're really there for the long term, just to see the growth of the company over time. So they will be coming in with 2 board seats. So do have that as part of the investor rights that we've been negotiating with them. Eldorado, obviously, we purchased the project from them a year ago. So with the acquisition, they did hold 19.9% in the company when we bought it, and had participation rights at this point as part of the financing that we did. So in the end, with the initial acquisition, they essentially gave us back the $20 million cash payment that we had made to them to take additional equity in the company. So they will end with 17.8% pro forma. And then lastly, Franco-Nevada, as part of their package, will take a 9.9% equity interest. And so that really aligns them with all our shareholders.
And what are the timelines and next steps now that the first tranche has closed?
The transaction is closed, except for the second tranche for La Mancha, which will come in a few weeks. So really, this provides us all the funds we need to keep spending on the project. So we've done lots of procurement. That'll be the next phase for us, is buying everything we need for the project. And we expect to get permit extensions in the very near term. We're talking months, which will be the last step for us to issue a full construction decision on the project itself. So that'll be one of the upcoming milestones that we expect to announce.
And is there anything else you'd like to add?
I think definitely in this space, I think we're quite uniquely positioned with a great asset, a great management team, and now fully financed. There's not that many companies out there at this point that can claim to have all these great attributes. So definitely think we're very attractive at this point.
That was Louis-Pierre Gignac, CEO of GMIN, which trades on the TSXV with the symbol GMIN. It has a market cap of $305 million and shares opened this morning at 73 cents a share. In other news, Solstice Gold announced a $1.1 million private placement. And that's it for this edition of the Deal Room Canada. From everyone here, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.